Carl Richards, The Behavior Gap, Simple Ways to Stop Doing Dumb Things with Money. Welcome to the summary of The Behavior Gap, Simple Ways to Stop Doing Dumb Things with Money by Carl Richards. This book explores how emotional decisions can create a gap between what we know we should do and what we actually do with our finances. You'll learn about the dangers of herd mentality, the quest for the best investment, the pitfalls of generic advice, and the importance of aligning your financial choices with your personal values. By demystifying complex financial concepts, this summary will equip you with practical insights to make better decisions, keep emotions in check, and ultimately achieve financial success.
Mind the behavior gap. Learn how to overcome the behavior gap that causes irrational decision-making and follow a smart investment strategy. Do you ever regret making decisions that go against your best interests? This mismatch between our intentions and actions is called the behavior gap, and it stems from our innate tendency to seek pleasure and avoid pain. In this insightful book, author Carl Richards offers a comprehensive analysis of how this gap can affect our lives and investments. One of the most problematic effects of the behavior gap is the herd mentality. People tend to follow the crowd, especially when thousands of others are reaping huge profits on investments. This phenomenon was seen during the dot-com boom of the 1990s when ordinary people borrowed money to invest billions in stocks. When the market crashed, those investors lost everything. To close the gap, it's vital to think beyond today's trends, remember past events, and invest carefully without getting caught up in boom and bust cycles. Another pitfall to overcome is overconfidence. Even professional investors can fall prey to this trap, as was the case with Long-Term Capital, a hedge fund that lost $553 million in a day. Therefore, it's crucial to avoid thinking that you know everything, and always keep an eye on potential risks. The author's powerful insights show that we can't predict the future, but we can control our own behavior. By avoiding the behavior gap and following a smart investment strategy, we can prevent making irrational decisions and avoid unwanted consequences. The myth of the best investment. Are you searching for the best investment? Well, it's time to stop. Planning for your future is more than finding a high-return investment. It's about balancing spending and saving while considering personal factors to reach your financial goals. No single investment can satisfy everyone, so it's essential to seek financial products that align with your objectives. Saving more money, retiring later, or pursuing a second career are also ways to secure your finances. Wise investments are pieces of a larger puzzle, and chasing mythical unicorns will not lead to financial success. Instead, judge financial products according to principles and not emotions. By doing so, your financial decisions will align with your goals, leading to financial stability. Ditching generic financial advice. Giving and receiving generic financial advice is pointless. A sound financial plan is specific and tailor-made. Even expert advisors are prone to conflicts of interest. The good news is, detecting useless advice can lead to finding useful ones. To design a personalized portfolio, explore your personal goals, strengths, and weaknesses. Don't chase the perfect investment or be someone else. Trust in your knowledge of yourself and the market. The true value of money. Many of us strive for financial security to provide a good life and happiness for our loved ones. However, true happiness is more about expectations and desires than how much we earn. Studies show that happiness is correlated to income only up to $75,000 per year. Thus, beyond this threshold, money is only a tool for pursuing things that bring true satisfaction in life. To make wise financial decisions, it is essential to know oneself and align the use of assets with personal values. Brooks' argument that governments should measure social programs' effectiveness by increased happiness levels can apply to the individual level. The focus should be on pursuing personal goals rather than worrying too much about money. To achieve this, look inward, not outward, and cut through the noise about the economy to maintain focus. Don't follow the herd. Informed decision-making about financial markets and economy requires filtering through the noise in mainstream media. Often, the media propagates a herd mentality, giving us a false sense of security in numbers. However, blindly following the crowd can be costly, as evidenced by the subprime mortgage crisis of 2006 and the subsequent stock market crash. The media does provide sound information, but the sheer volume makes it challenging to separate the wheat from the chaff. Therefore, it is imperative to be aware of the driving force behind the news and, more generally, worry less about money. Tuning out the noise helps one get in touch with their real goals and make informed financial decisions that matter to them. Planning versus formulating a plan. Planning involves preparing for the future based on current circumstances and making constant course corrections to achieve financial goals. Planning and formulating a plan may appear interchangeable, but there is a crucial difference between the two. A plan is built on the assumption that the future will unfold in a certain way, but this is never accurate. Planning, on the other hand, helps you prepare for the future, taking into consideration the present and making adjustments along the way. By remaining flexible in the decision-making process, planning allows for unexpected surprises that may arise. The importance of planning for financial goals is highlighted by the example of the author who bought a property for $575,000 expecting the value to continue to rise, only to find out that the house was worth less than the debt owed. Financial surprises are inevitable, and the best approach is to make constant course corrections to adjust for new circumstances. Maintaining a steady course for financial goals requires attention to current circumstances and making small adjustments along the way to achieve long-term objectives. By focusing on the next 3 years, rather than a distant future, you can stay on track and avoid being overwhelmed. Planning, therefore, is an ongoing process that involves staying flexible and making adjustments as needed. Emotions and your finances. Emotions can impact decisions, including financial ones. The overnight test, honesty and personal goals can counteract these emotions and create objective evaluations of investments that could lead to long-term success. Investing based on emotions is dangerous, and often results in poor decisions. However, it's hard to completely remove emotions from the equation. Great investments are a combination of both luck and skill. To avoid making decisions based purely on emotions, one should be honest with oneself and understand that successful investments are a mixture of both lucky and smart choices. The overnight test is a helpful tool to help people cut through their pre-existing biases and reevaluate investments in a more objective manner. If your investments were sold overnight, which ones would you purchase again tomorrow? This test helps investors understand why they are emotionally attached to certain stocks and not others. When reevaluating investments, one should always ensure that decisions align with personal goals. Investing in something solely because it's trendy is not a wise financial decision. Instead, think about what is wanted for the future and whether the investment plays a clear role in the intended financial portfolio. No matter how rational decisions may seem, investing always has an aspect of uncertainty. The best one can do is make the most informed decision possible, and take responsibility for the potential results. By using the overnight test, being honest with oneself, and aligning goals with investments, investors can counteract emotional factors in their financial decisions. Taking responsibility for financial success. The importance of taking responsibility for financial decisions is emphasized in this book. The author presents personal anecdotes to demonstrate how assumptions and lack of examination can lead to poor financial choices. Additionally, the idea that hard work and patience are necessary for positive change is explored. The book also acknowledges that unexpected outcomes can occur, and it is important to accept them beforehand. The message throughout is that taking responsibility for financial success is essential, and it requires careful reflection, hard work, and a willingness to accept the unexpected. Let's talk money. The subject of money remains taboo in many social circles, leaving many people feeling uncomfortable discussing it amongst friends and family. However, it is an essential topic to address if you are committed to making sound financial decisions. To avoid misunderstandings, we need to consider our own biases and strive to find a common language. It can get confusing, and one example includes the author's experience with discussing a friend's kitchen renovation, leading him to assume falsely that he couldn't afford his renovation. This confusion could create more significant hurdles if spouses are uncertain of what they desire in the first place. One approach is acknowledging our discomfort and being honest with family, friends, and children about finances. Avoidance creates more misunderstandings, and having a simple, straightforward conversation on the issue can be beneficial. As the author's friend discovered, having an open conversation with family members, particularly children, can enlighten everyone and provide opportunities to address issues at home. The power of simplicity. Achieving financial success is simpler than we often think. Instead of getting lost in complex commercial offerings, we should adopt the principle of slow and steady capital. This involves making simple choices like spending less than we earn, saving gradually, and avoiding the temptation of instant gratification. Delaying gratification is crucial to long-term success, and those who can postpone the fulfillment of their desires experience greater financial security. By avoiding extravagant purchases and paying for the things we need gradually, we can turn a small inheritance into impressive wealth. The key to financial success is to keep it simple and avoid complexity that often comes with a high price tag.
In The Behavior Gap, Carl Richards helps us understand and overcome the pitfalls in the world of financial decision-making. The key takeaways from this book include the importance of avoiding the herd mentality, focusing on personal goals rather than the market's whims, and determining the best investments for your unique situation. Recognizing that emotions can often cloud our judgment, Richards teaches us to take responsibility for our actions, communicate openly about money with our loved ones, and embrace simplicity in our financial habits. By comprehending the lessons from this book, readers can obtain a clearer, deeper understanding of their finances and pave the way for a more secure and successful future.